Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Nike, Soviet Global Command 10.3. Okay, here we go. Right into tech. PGM, computers, SDI, advanced ASF. Okay, there's PGM. Computers has missed again 10 turns, and the Soviets still have not completed computers. There's advanced ASF. So PGM goes to stage 2, advanced ASF goes to stage 2. Okay, there's that. And again, they only rolled 4 instead of 5 because the major army base in Vladivostok is damaged. And there is one housekeeping I have to take care of. From the NATO turn, I aired the single nuclear cruise missile could only target a single IRBM, so there's no damage to that IRBM. That comes off. Okay, got that cleared up. Okay, now it's purchase, or military aid first, actually. They're spending 8 to send 2 airborne to Warsaw Pact, 6 to send a destroyer to FEC, and then for themselves, they're spending 8 on 2 airborne, 12 on 2 MBTs and 2 SPAGs, 8 more on 2 Marines, and 15 on an amphib, a destroyer, and a frigate. Okay, combat, since we're right here. This SSGN in A26 is going to try to help the side by going 1, 2, 3 up here to A3. He's going to come off silent running and attack those NATO SSBNs. Suicide attack? Maybe, but when the Soviet Fleet Headquarters gives an order, you either carry it out or your political officer puts a bullet in your head. So, the SOSUS zone, the captor mine, will be taking 1 shot at 3. And then the SSBNs and the 2 ASW choppers, well no, the SSBNs will be defending at 2. The 2 ASW choppers also at 3. So we have 3 shots at 3 and 3 shots at 2 in defense. And of course the SSGN attacks at 7. Okay, then come down here where the main action is going to be this turn. Okay, the 2 SSNs in I-7 are going to shift back over to I-11, come off silent running, and shoot 4 anti-ship missiles into I-6, where there is a damaged American supercarrier and an amphib. And of course the tankers. And then from way up there in Murmansk, damaging forces in Israel. Okay, there we go. Let me tilt up so that you can follow his progress as that Tu-22M launches on a mission from Murmansk. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to eastern Iran. Where he is going to shoot a pair of KH-22s into I-6. to see what kind of havoc he can cause. He has a base move of 10 plus 1 for the airbase bonus, so he'll have 3 range remaining, which will allow him to non-combat into Baghdad. Okay, that's that one. So we have 4 anti-ship missiles and 2 KH-22s being fired into I-6, and there's no missile defense because there is no cruiser present. Okay, then everybody in Makkah is going to attack Eastern Saudi. Everybody in Northern Saudi, which is that card right there, minus the SRBM. Everybody in Northern Saudi is going to attack Eastern Saudi. And then the 2 fighters, the ASF, are going to come down from Baghdad to join the attack, and the strategic bomber is going down to carpet bomb. The Americans have decided that the fighter from Oman is going to scramble into combat here. They have also decided that the fighter from UAE is also going to scramble into this battle. So the Americans will have 4 fighters, 5 light infantry, and 2 paramilitary in defense. And then the final action Soviet airborne from the Allied air base in Angola is going 1-2 in airborne assault on Nigeria. The fighter 1-2 will go in up here in support of the attack. And there's a single light infantry defending Nigeria. This is the turn that Soviet Global wants to grab some oil income for themselves and take oil income away from the NATO alliance. Okay, so here we go. Well, we're not going to need a battle board for the first couple. The first one we'll do is the fight up there in A3. So we have the captor mine for the SOSUS zone, 3 or less. That's a miss. Now we have, that was first strike. So now we have the SSGN. That's a 4, that's a hit. He did get a hit. All right, now we have three SSBNs. Actually, no, just one SSBN is going to defend. That makes more sense. The other 2 are going to go silent running. And look at that, he got a hit. So, I think NATO will actually take that exchange and smile. For the cost of 1 SSBN, they took out an SSGN. Yeah, I think they'll take that. Could have been much, much worse. Okay, next up, we will have the attacks on I-6. So as I said, there's no fleet defense. So we're going to have 4 ASMs and 2 KH-22s. These are at 5. These are at 7. I think it was 7, wasn't it? Let me be absolutely sure. But I think it is. Yes, KH-22's attack at 7. So here we go. Okay. There's 2 hits. All right. Well, guess the Americans are going to kill the amphib and take damage number 2 on the supercarrier. And that means it loses another flight op. So this attack bomber is going to land over here at U8. There it is, there at U8. Yeah, it's not looking good. Okay, now we're going to do Nigeria, and then I'll put Eastern Saudi on the battle board. So we got an airborne and a fighter attacking a light infantry. So that'll be the airborne, that'll be the fighter, airborne, attacking at 3 in airborne assault, fighter at 6, and there's the defending light infantry. Okay, there's the hit. Nothing in defense, so that's that. He comes off. Take that off. Get a roundel on there. Okay, the Soviet global goes up 1 to 46. Let's see. If Nigeria is captured, deactivate all oil tankers in sea zones A41 and A42. They're not on the map right now, but they can't be repurchased since they're already destroyed. They would have to be replacements purchased, but that can't happen as long as the Soviets possess Nigeria. And then the Soviets will add a total of 4 bonus to their income for possession of that oil. Okay, now I will put the Eastern Saudi forces on the board. Okay, there's how it looks. Here we go. Tilt that up so you can see the action on the boards. Okay, we don't have any first strike by anybody. So we've got 5 fighters in air superiority for the Soviets at 6. 1 hit. 1 air superiority hit. Okay, an ASF at 5. There's a 2nd air superiority hit. Now, a SAM at 2. There is 1 more air hit. And now the SPAG. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, yeah. There's 4 of them. Rolling 2. Okay, there are 3 more air hits there. Now, only the air superiority hits can be applied as generals. And there were 2 of those. So I'm going to change those to 2 general hits. And then we had 1 SAM hit and 3 more for a total of 4 air hits. So we keep the accounting straight and don't mess up. All right, now we have 4, 5, 6 MBTs at 3 because of the desert terrain. There are 2 land target selects. So let's mark those, land target selects. And then there is another general hit that takes that up to 3. Then we have an attack chopper. There is a 4th general hit and 2 attack bombers. For 2 more general hits to take that number up to 6. Okay, defending, we have 4 U.S. fighters on air superiority. And they got 4 hits. 4 air superiority hits. Okay, so now we have 2 paramilitary at 2. Both miss. And 5 light infantry. There's 3 general hits. The Warsaw Pact Alliance has been taking it on the chin, attacking here of late. The defenders holding strong. Okay, so 2 land target selects will kill 2 light infantries. That's cleared off. Now 4 air hits the 4 fighters. That's cleared off. 6 general hits. They only have 5 units remaining, so they are all kaput. Clear that off. Now 4 air superiority hits. So that's going to be, the ASF is 1, and 3 fighters makes 4. Clear that off. And 3 general hits. They're going to take it on 3 SPAGs. Clear that off. Okay. I will move stuff off camera. We'll just move that marker in there. Get a Soviet roundel. All right, that's Soviets up 1 to 47, Americans down 1 to 53. And it says here, if Eastern Saudi or UAE is captured, deactivate 2 U.S. oil tankers in I-6 and 1 U.S. oil tanker in I-15. So 2 U.S. oil tankers in I-6 and 1, they're hurting pack as well, and 1 from I-15. So let me pause and put things where they go. Okay, I put the tankers on the appropriate dashboards. I also went ahead and non-combat landed the fighters and the attack bombers back in Macau. The amphib went down, so its ASW chopper had to land at Oman. Another damage on the fleet carrier meant its Viking landed at Oman. It still operates 2 ASW choppers. I think that's right. I think that's right. I also already landed the strategic bomber back on the card at Baghdad and moved the forces occupying Eastern Saudi to their card. So now we're into non-combat. Okay, as long as we're right here, we have 2 MBTs and 2 SPAGs that are going to strategic land move from Baghdad. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 down here to Macau. And then up here in Mosul, we have a next-gen MBT and 2 rocket artillery that are going to move down to Baghdad. The Tu-22M had 3 moves left. It's going 1, 2 over to Baghdad. And then up north here, the Soviet Navy is going to have to pull back and regroup. So the destroyer and the amphib in A11 will go 1, 2, 3, 4 because they do have port bonus from Denmark. They will come over here to A9. The 2 battle cruisers from A7 are also going to pull back to A9. And that's that. Yeah, that is the end of non-combat. Okay, so where's the easiest side for me to reach from? I'll put the camera here, but I'll be able to reach better from the other side of the map. Now we're placing units. So we've got 2 airborne and 2 Marines going at the major army base in western Ukraine. An amphib a destroyer and a frigate going at the major shipyard in M11. Then we have, we're down back in the Middle East again. And I just decided I want to change this disposition. These two spags are going to northern Saudi. As well as these two MBTs. They're going to stop in northern Saudi because I had forgotten about this purchase. At the minor army base, we're building two MBTs and alongside those two spags. There we go. Check the notes. That's all good. Placed units. Okay, now we're delivering aid. Well, so I don't have to come back. I'll just do it from this side. Well, I'll do it this way. We'll go to the Far East first. So FEC gets a destroyer delivered to the minor shipyard in P4. And then Warsaw Pact gets two airborne at Warsaw Pact gets two airborne in, yeah, two airborne in Romania. That's how I wanted to do that. Okay, now we collect money. Soviet Global is up to 47. Plus 47. Okay. Plus 1 for Tehran, Baghdad, Makkah, Svaland. That's plus 4 there. Then plus 3 for computers. And then oil zones. Well, there's 4 for that one. And 8 for that one. Plus 12 more. So 47 and 4 is 51 and 3 is 54 and 12 is 66. That's as Tony Montana would say, that's serious money, man. That's serious money. Okay, 66. Uh-oh. Havoc. 66 into their bank. Okay, 4 anti-ship missiles were fired, and a shitload of anti-ship missiles were built. 1, 2, 3. Okay, not a shitload. 3 were built. So that is that's a net loss of 1. So we would actually just change this to a red chip. And we didn't shoot any cruise missiles. They build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Build 7. Jesus. So what do we got there? 10, 20, 22. Oh, this is getting out of hand. I gotta start using more of these. 22 plus 7, he's gonna make 29. That's a whole bunch of cruise missiles. Then 2 KH-22s were shot, 3 were built, net gain of 1. No P700s were shot, 3 are built. Okay, that's the end of missile talk. Ozark Outpost. Oh wait, there's one other housekeeping that I forgot from the NATO turn. Because the minor city in western Poland was destroyed, fallout moved up from 27 to 30. Okay, Ozark Outpost, over and out.